That is a fantastic tune. That is Jacob Reddy with Kings Reloaded. Hopefully I've named that right. And I'm joined again by Jacob Reddy, who is in the studio recording and giving us a few of your precious minutes. How you doing?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm all right. We've not spoken since March, and I was your first interview, wasn't I?
Yes, it's been a while. It's crazy how time just it just goes, doesn't it? It just flies away.
Yeah, and I know you've been really busy because I follow you and all your releases, and we've been playing out your new release, which is "Who Are
Thanks.
You?" So we last spoke in March, and
Yeah,
so what's been going on since your last release? Because you've had is it about 3 or 4 releases now so far this year?
I've had quite a few. Oh, I've got to do maths now. I've had quite a few this year. It's been a busy year. I guess the main thing I've just recently I've announced my first ever big headline show,
Mhm.
which is going to be taking place in Manchester at the Deaf Institute in January, which I'm really looking forward to. The tickets for that have kind of it's something I've never done before. It's one of them when you put things out, you have absolutely no idea how it's going to go, and I just assumed that it would it would take ages to just sell like 2 tickets, but they've been going really well, and it's been a good few months really. I've been enjoying myself, and I guess just keeping busy.
And you've been gigging as well, haven't you? I've seen quite a few little things that you've done, and you've also because you put a call out for your video, and you weren't expecting the amount of people to turn up, were you? And you got into the press for that.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, actually for the song I've just released for Who You Are, we filmed a video in basically a park local to me, and we put out a little thing saying who wants to come and join in with the video. And again, it's one of them, especially with the video, you never know if people are going to be up for it. But then we turned up, and there must have been, I think, maybe 50 people who turned up, and then it ended up in the local papers as well, which was pretty crazy, and it's got people extra excited for the song, which is always always good fun.
And I've had quite a few people that have been listening to when I've been playing out your songs. They've gone, "Who is that? Who is that?" So your music gets noticed. I mean, it's
Mm.
getting noticed all over the place. And how old are you now? You're still 17. You're 18 now.
I am. I'm 17. Yeah, I've got a few more months till I'm 18. I'm 18 in January.
Wow. Wow. I was just my previous guest, Ruby Moss, who's a singer songwriter. She's 15. I was like, how
Oh
young are these
wow!
people? How are these people getting? I mean, make me feel
Hey,
well old.
beating me. Yeah, I
If it can make you feel old, that's a bad thing.
I know. I do
Um,
feel old now. I remember when I started off, and I used to be able to be like a cute little kid playing guitar, but that's definitely not the case anymore. When I go, no, that's far from the case now.
so just for people who might not have heard the interview back in March, how did you get started in music? And who've been your influences?
So the first time I've always loved listening to music since basically, literally since I was born. Like I've been loving music. But I actually was at my uncle's wedding. There was a band playing called the Indie Killers, and my mum and dad let me stay up and listen to the set. And honestly, I think I was dancing for about 3 hours straight. And then at the end of the show, basically the band came up to me and they said to me how they saw me rocking out and stuff like that, and they said that I should get a guitar for my what at the time was my 7th birthday. So I got a guitar, and since then I've been playing on that. And then when I was 14, I got my first acoustic guitar and started writing my own music. And
Hmm.
that kind of takes us to now. I'm away hidden in a room in the studio at the moment whilst I'm speaking to you, and I'm here now recording future songs basically.
So are you recording? Is this going to be an EP or are you doing album? And this is for next year, is it?
Yeah, at the moment, I'm just trying to build up a bit of a collection of songs and get some more stuff ready. I'm not 100% confirmed myself, even what the plans necessarily are. But we've got the next year, kind of trying to figure stuff out and get songs ready now, so that when it's next year, we've got hopefully can build up somewhat of a plan for things and when stuff's going to be happening and things like that.
Now, when we first spoke, you'd actually been in the papers for busking. So, if people didn't hear the original interview, tell us what happened with that because you did quite a few gigs, didn't you?
Yeah, I quite possibly the busiest 3 weeks of my. Well, I think it will be the most busy 3 weeks of my life ever because basically what I did was me and my dad we I travelled around the country and I busked in every city in England to raise money for a children's hospice called Darien House. So we're travelling up around down the country. I think there's 51 cities that we did in 22 days, just playing in them all and trying to raise money basically for raising money for charity.
And how much did you raise in the end?
So in the end, somehow we ended up raising we had just over £10,000, which still
Wow.
seems crazy to me because I remember when we set out kind of the original goal, and it was kind of like the crazy goal that we didn't expect to hit was we said if we can make 2,500 from the whole tour, that'll be beyond what we'd expect.
Mm.
And then we somehow ended on 10,000, which was blew my mind basically.
Yeah, that is an amazing amount of money. Now, fan zone, Blackburn Rovers. Tell us about it.
Yes. So I'm a Blackburn Rovers fan. I don't know how well received. To be fair, it should be okay, but I think luckily you're far enough away from Blackburn that should be fine. But
Yeah, fine.
yeah, so I'm a Blackburn Rovers fan, and a few weeks ago I was or actually a couple of months. Time goes too quickly now, I tell you. But I was asked to play outside the stadium before the game, which was super special to me because I've been a fan of the club for basically my whole life really, and so they had me play, and I got to play some of my own songs as well as some other songs to the fans, and that was one of the most a real kind of highlight for my music because it's something so I guess close to home, if you know what I mean, and something that I guess I've been involved in for a long time, if that makes sense.
Mm. You've also supported James Walsh from Star Sailor.
Yes, that was another very fun. I remember when I got told about that gig. I don't think my dad. I've never seen him so excited in his life because I think Star Sailor are like one of his favorite bands of like all time.
Yeah.
And I remember being told, "Oh, we've got this gig coming up if you'd like to do it." And my dad was like, "Say yes now, say yes, say." So I did that. That was a really fun night. It was a bit. It was a weird one for me because obviously I mean I'm acoustic act, but I tend to stay quite upbeat as in most of the time. But and this was an acoustic night and he was absolutely incredible. And you could like when he was playing his songs, you could like just amazing. His voice was so great. But then but the crowd seemed to enjoy my stuff as well, and it was a really great night.
How do you stay? Because things are happening for you very, very quickly. You're a very talented lad. How do you stay? Because you're still the same. When I spoke to you, March, I could just tell you were going to like be grounded. But how do you keep yourself grounded when everything around you is sort of pushing you forward into probably, getting quite into a spotlight?
I mean, everything that happens, I struggle to believe some of the things that are coming up. I mean, I guess I always have my mum. She's very very good at telling me when I'm singing songs in a flat key and stuff like that. She's very good at that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that might be it. Just my mum and my sister just laughing at me when I sing. Actually, I did a gig the other day where I nearly fell off the stage as well. That was something that these kind of things all add up to. But yeah, for me, I guess music's always just been about trying to enjoy it and have a good time from it, and that's what I hope that I can always carry on doing. If you know what I mean.
So, Young Hero of the Year Awards 2022, you were in the final for that as well.
Yes, that came off the back of the busking tour. We got a phone call saying that I've been nominated for nominated for the award, and I think originally it was the top 10, which originally was like again, there's the kind of thing that's like that was not expecting it at all. And then I found out it was in the top 4, which was even more kind of like wow. So that was a great day. I got a nice care package as well that had lots of food in it, like a little hamper
Oh,
that came
nice.
to that. And yeah, and I'm never someone who will say no to food. So that was that was also very well received by
Did
me.
you did your mum and sister get a look in or not? No.
No, there was some posh crisps in there, and I'm telling you, nobody saw them. They were gone before the box had even been opened, basically.
You're a crisp fiend then. What's your favourite flavour?
Oh,
Come
You
on.
see, now my favourite flavor. It's don't ask me questions about food. We'll be here all day. But I oh now it depends very much on the brand, if
Mm.
that makes sense. Because if you're going for let's say you're going for a plain Walker's crisp, I'd have to say prawn cocktail, which might
Oh,
be quite an unpopular one. But I'd say my favourite crisp ever is Walker's. No, I don't know. I like Walker's baked. The salt, the cheese and onion.
yes,
They're very nice.
I like those ones. I like the baked ones. I don't like these kettle
Yeah,
chips because they're greasy, the kettle chips. I do like the baked. I mean, you could take over from Gary
yeah.
Lineker. Is he still doing the advertising for it? They need somebody younger.
I mean, honestly, if Walker's fancy sending me through some crisps, then I'm a big crisp person. I'm not much of a chocolate person. I don't really like chocolate that much. I don't mind sweets, but my snack is crisps. I'll just eat 20 bags of, I mean, maybe not 20 bags of crisps a day, but you get what I mean. I'll eat. If you give me a tub of Pringles, I'll be surprised that 10 minutes later they've all gone. Basically,
Yeah, they're devil's food. They are. You just can't. You put your hand in there, and it's like, oh, I've eaten them all. I've not shared them
I
with
know
anyone.
it's not fair. I think crisps are like my big snack that you just that they should you shouldn't let me near a variety pack of crisps because there'll be none left.
Now, this big gig you've got coming up, it's on the 20. Is it? No. So the track is out, which we've been playing. Who are you on the 28th of October? Then you've got this massive gig. You mentioned it earlier. That's coming up, and that's going to be with a full band, is it?
Yes, so that's going to be the my first ever kind of full band show because obviously I've always been acoustic. So we've been busy practicing away for it. We had a practice last night, funnily enough, and we've been trying to basically get a set list together. And I'm really hoping it's going to be a fun night. We're going to have a hopefully some good fun basically. And we've been practicing away and getting it all ready for January. And hopefully from there there'll be more gigs from there. Fingers crossed.
And whereabouts is the gig taking place?
So it's in Manchester, and it's at a place called the Deaf Institute. But it's originally we were going to look for a kind of 100 capacity venue kind of thing, but a lot of them are all 18 plus kind of things, which I mean
Mm.
wouldn't work because I mean nearly all of the band themselves aren't even 18. But so we've ended up in a place it's the Deaf Institute, which is nearly 300 capacity. So it's going to be we're trying to sell tickets now, but it's going to hopefully be a fun night. As I say, the tickets have gone really well so far, which is something I wasn't expecting, and it's hopefully shaping up to be a good night.
Yeah, get to see if you can get to see Jacob, get to see him now because when you go mega famous, you won't be getting it tickets anyway. These tickets are just going to go like that. Now we've already loved playing brand new Kings. I've got Kings Reloaded, but is it Kings or Kings Reloaded?
It's Kings Reloaded with that song. Many moons. I keep saying many moons ago, and I keep getting laughed at for sounding like an old man apparently. But many moons ago, I did an original version of Kings, and it was the first kind of proper song I released. But since then, to mark kind of a 2 year anniversary of it, I think it was 2 years. We re-released it and did a Kings Reloaded, where we kind of re-recorded the whole song and made it a bit more, I guess, fit into my music now and stuff like that. Really.
Mm. And then we've got The World Is Ours. There's another great track we were playing here on Phoenix FM. So if you want to find out more about Jacob Reddy, you will find him everywhere. It's Jacob Reddy, Reddy, and you'll find him on Instagram. You're on TikTok yet? Have you managed to? You on TikTok? Did we talk about TikTok before?
I'm on TikTok. It's one of that. I'm absolutely rubbish for kind of starting new things, if that makes sense. But I've got my TikTok. I've got a few things on there, and I keep telling myself I need to do it properly. This is going to have to be the push now. This is my thing. I'm going to have to start it now. I'm going to have to. I mean, I don't think I see a lot of people doing dances on TikTok. I don't think I'll be doing any of that. But yeah, I'll get. I do have a TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. You need. I love TikTok. Once you get in and you start, you've got 1,000 fans, and you can do lives. People just love it. It's good music stuff.
Yeah.
It really is good fun. I mean, I'm a little bit on the elderly side to be on there, but don't stop me. I had to go out doing the Beyonce dance when I was on
Did
holiday.
you?
I failed miserably, but people were very kind.
I am I'm almost well known for being bad at dancing. It's really not my strong suit. So But who knows? Maybe that's something that people would really like to see, actually. Because as I say, I nearly fell off the stage the other day. So like, maybe me tripping over whilst trying to do some dance would be the kind of content that the world's been waiting for. Who knows?
Exactly. You just never know when somebody
You
can go
don't.
viral. You
You
just
never
don't know.
know.
It's really lovely to catch up with you. You're such a nice young lad, and your music's fantastic. You are really, since we talked in March, been watching, socials and the stuff you've been doing, and it's going brilliantly for you. So I think 2023 is going to be a massive year for you, and also this big gig that's coming up too. So if people want to find you, you're all over socials as Jacob Reddy. And tell
Yeah.
us about this song, the brand new one. So tell us about this, and
Yeah.
who are you? How did it come about? And tell us about it.
So this was a song, and I guess with a lot of my music, I try and just write in general upbeat songs that are fun songs. But with this song, I wanted to go a bit more down a kind of pop punky route with this track, just because I think at the time that's what I was listening to a lot. It still kind of got my, I guess, feel of a normal song to it, but I wanted to add a little bit of a different element to it. And yeah, it really is a song, just I guess about telling people to be whoever they happen to be and be kind of happy with themselves and that kind of message.
Brilliant. It's lovely to talk to you again. Looking well. Enjoy the rest of the day in the recording studio. Do you want to introduce your
Thank
song?
you. Okay, yes, I can do. This is my brand new song. This is Who You Are, and I hope you all enjoy it.